This is a true story. It's about my son Damien. He was a gifted singer-songwriter. Part 2 tells the story of his struggle with opioid addiction. Perhaps the high point of his musical journey was his tour in Europe with his bandmates.
The recording process happened. I was on, I believe, 3 songs on Bound for Glory. I was invited to go out to Europe with the band. I couldn't bring myself to do it, because already there was some, telling signs that this was happening. And so I decided not to go to the European tour with them because the disease of addiction was at the core of it all.
He began to prepare for a tour to Europe that took place in 2012. And this tour was going to be different in that up until this point in time, Damien had always toured just himself as a solo artist. And now he was going to tour with a full band.
So I was kind of like, I guess, a little kid taking everything in. So for me, everything kind of felt new and exciting.
Need a drummer. If the tour in Europe's going to happen, I'm your guy. I would love to do that with you. I'd love that experience. And Damien gave me that experience.
So everybody was really psyched and excited leading up to the tour. Having this kind of exposure, having the new CD out there. It was all kind of the stuff dreams are made out of.
As far as the tour and how things went, I was blown away at the fact that people were coming out to these shows in all these foreign countries, and they knew these peasant songs. They were singing along to these peasant songs. They wanted to be there. There were packed shows. There were shows in living rooms. There were shows that we made up last minute.
He asked us, is there one of my acoustic songs that you would want to play as a band? And I had said Prescriptions. It was probably one of the top 3 favorite songs of the whole band to play. I picked up my drumsticks, Tommy picked up his guitar, Bruno picked up the bass, and within moments we put Prescriptions together as a full band. And throughout the rest of the tour, that was such a great and fun song that I know we all love to play.
So for me, little things started to click. Made sense of the first few weeks where he wasn't feeling well.
I saw things that led me to believe that it could have been something very dangerous, something very unhealthy. Whether it was him not having an appetite, not just for food, but he didn't have an appetite to experience the tour in the way that we were all experiencing the tour.
You're bursting at the seams, you've been spilling everything on yourself.
Damien's addiction before the tour was bad. It was as bad or worse when we came back from the tour. So his mood would get more sporadic.
From what I know in my experience with all the other people I know in my life, all the other musicians especially, really they're the only other people I know who ever did heroin, and very talented ones, that they couldn't come back, they couldn't handle it.
One of the experiences I had with Damien was he convinced us he wouldn't go into a 30-day program, decided to take off on his own and drive to the Florida Keys to go cold turkey. When he got there, he called and said he was scared, so I made the decision to fly down the next morning. He was in one room, kind of like a concrete cinder block hotel room. That's where we spent the next 3 nights, him going through withdrawal, my not having any concept of what he was going through.
Downtown now, and if you want, I'll show you something that you don't.
A heroin addict, at least from my experience, is not a real person. When they're using, not a real person when they're going through withdrawal. We went to a diner one morning talking about withdrawal. He described withdrawal as driving off of a cliff, and that once he used, the fear of withdrawal made it impossible to stop using. I'm thinking, you know, all the time I'm with him, how are you doing? How are you feeling? And then I hear a story like that, and there's nothing he can say I'd be able to really relate to and understand. You're just helpless. You're helpless. This video that follows is entitled Prescriptions. It was one Damien really loved, as well as his bandmates. This film was done in Holland.
Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Peasant, and I'm in Amsterdam, and it's cool. It's actually cool, like temperature-wise, and raining. And I'm a weatherman too. That's what I want to do when I stop being a musician. But yeah, I'm gonna play a song. It's called Prescriptions, and thanks for listening. This is Amsterdam acoustic song. Here we go.
Such a long line waiting to get out of here. It's been a long time, it's been a long time that we've been waiting. I guess I got time, I guess I got time more than anything else. And I can't explain how suffering and pain can all but disappear. And maybe it's best if we're just like the rest and go to where we are. We are. I don't agree with what we are. Try and be with what we all got. I lose my grip and we may both slip off of what we know. And maybe it's best if we're just like the rest and go to where we are. We are. I don't even know what I don't want to do anymore. And I don't want to stop till I know where to go. I don't know. Well, I can't explain how suffering and pain can all but disappear. And maybe it's best if we're just like the rest and go to where we are. We are.
Next video that we'll show, part 3, will highlight Damien's gift that he gave to others. We hope you'll enjoy it.